I'm Jared. This is the Totally Normal Tubecast.
Sound a little more excited.
Yeah.
Are you guys just fucking parents? What is this?
I want.
Yeah, I'm Jared. This is Totally Normal.
And sit up straight, Jared. Your posture is terrible.
Alright,
Your mother would be so disappointed.
Introduce your
your
names.
damn selves.
My name is Tom.
Tomothy.
Wow.
We'd be embarrassed of being named.
Good one.
That's my fun fact.
My name is Tom, and I'm named Tom.
No, Tom's pretty cool. Should speak for itself.
My name is Kenneth.
Hello, Kenneth.
Do I need?
No, we'll do that.
No, we're fine with just Kenneth.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Okay.
My name
Just
is
Kenneth.
Just Kenneth.
Okay, for the rest of this thing, we have to
Wait,
address him
that's-
as just Kenneth. Your name is now just Kenneth.
Just Kenneth.
Just
You're
Kenneth.
just Kenneth.
Alright.
I'm Donald. I'm just Kenneth's older brother.
That was
Just
relevant
Kenneth.
information. It's good.
Oh.
Whoa, holy crap.
Introduce
That's
yourself.
Stop.
Natasha, and she has just Kenneth's older brother's hand in her face.
It was,
You're gonna leave it at that.
it was a weird thing to illustrate. I didn't know how to explain it to the microphone. Hey, what's up,
You
Andrew?
have to be
You didn't
there.
introduce yourself.
He introduced me for me.
Well.
It's fine.
Hello, I'm Reagan.
Hi, Reagan.
Like
Hello.
the president.
What-
What'd you do this summer vacation? Sorry, you're just like, hi, I'm Reagan.
I feel like that's almost more of a, like an AA thing, like, hi, I'm Reagan.
Hi, Reagan.
Right, thank you. Thanks.
Damn, I wish my beer was full now so I could be like, hi, I'm Tom.
I cracked this Black Widow, which is as long as my forearm. I cracked it. I'm like, oh sweet, we're gonna be recording this thing. I'm already halfway through it because I figured we'd like recording by now. Hi, I'm Daniel, by the way. How you doing? So
Addresses the
I'm on the. Oh
microphone.
shit! I'm accidentally calling someone.
That's a fun fact.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I have a bunch of topics here. I will
This is so purple.
That's not one of the topics.
I will post the
Shut up.
topic,
Drop it.
question, suggestion to the group, and we will all discuss that. Hopefully one
It
at
looks
a
like a
time.
chiclet, doesn't it?
Never would.
Never. It's never
First
never
topic,
worked that way.
Jared's phone case.
Let's start with.
Ooh, my beer's warm.
Iridescent purple.
I've been holding on to it.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Why'd be unprepared?
Okay, first topic. What is the worst thing you've ever stepped on/in?
Okay.
Oh, I got one. Okay, you go first.
No.
You have one. You
No, you have a good one.
Here we go.
Closer.
Wet cement.
Jesus.
I was leaving my apartment, just going to cross the street so I could take the bus, and I jumped over the rail before the sidewalk without looking at the actual sidewalk first, and I landed right in wet cement. And there were just like 5 construction workers. Like, just so pissed off.
You ever see that?
Like, just
What the fuck, kid?
go spray yourself off with this fucking hose, man. Okay.
You ever see like the bike trails going through wet cement? You can see them going. You ever see that picture of the bike that's like the trail is like 10 feet long and there's just this bike stuck in wet cement? And I'm like, what kind of uphill battle was that where you're trying to just pedal through wet cement and you just get stuck and you have to leave the bike there?
Yeah.
It's just like defeat. I do have a story about when I stepped in something. My cousins had dogs, and they brought them over a couple times just to kind of hang out. And I like to take pictures. I'm not skilled at photography, but it's a hobby. So I was out there taking pictures of them, blah blah blah, barefoot, and I stepped right into this big pile of dog shit. And I'm like, okay, well I definitely had that one coming. It's just, you think in your yard you're safe, but you
I
can't
feel
trust
like
My
it.
sister did that
everybody-
once, and it was like one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I wasn't mad. I was just like, well, I guess I had that in for me. I gotta go wash
I
off
feel
now.
like almost everybody has those, like, I stepped in dog shit stories.
I
like,
don't.
Was it barefoot though? Because it was warm
That's
and
good,
it just
though.
it was like
Ew, warm?
right in the
Okay.
toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like stepping in feta cheese.
Oh, gross. Okay. Well, I'm never eating feta cheese again.
It's gross. Why would you do it in the first place?
Okay.
It's disgusting.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
kind of
Okay. I'm
cheese.
glad.
Why would you have feta cheese near your
I
feet?
love feta cheese.
Anyone else step in anything?
Go ahead.
I stepped on a nail. That's it.
Yeah.
Exciting!
That was mine. I stepped on a nail once.
Yeah.
I was helping my dad take down our old deck. Like the wood was kind of rotting. So
Right.
what?
They just touch noses.
Oh my god.
Fucking squares.
Thank you.
Okay, this is usually our dynamic, me, Natasha, and Donald, and I am just like sitting here like,
At least you can do is like turn around and touch her nose too.
Touch your nose. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Don't touch Daniel's nose.
No,
okay.
I wanted to hold.
Okay, there we go. Shake a hand now.
I
don't know what's happening.
Hey.
Jared was telling a story.
All right. Yeah, I was taking down the deck with my dad, and I remember my mom doing that warning: "Make sure you don't step on a nail." And I was like, "Yeah,
Stupid
yeah, okay,
mom.
whatever, mom." And
You don't know me.
I also hit myself on the head with a hammer. And this was
double
like
whammy.
moments before I stepped on a nail. I don't know if those things are related.
It was just one comedy of error after
No,
another.
it was literally I was hammering upwards, and then I missed, and then I did the full arc plunk, right on the top of my head.
How are you alive?
Oh dear.
And I was like, oh, that was a bad idea.
I can't do math
And I
anymore.
remember, I just stepped on one of these planks of wood or whatever, and then shink. I didn't really feel it. I just felt like the poke, whatever. And I never like needed a tetanus shot or anything, and my foot didn't go black. I just went inside and said, "Yeah, I stepped on a nail." So I just got some
Polysporin or
antiseptic,
something?
whatever, and that was it.
That just, like, for that sort of thing to happen where this nail pierces your skin, goes into your foot, and you step on it, I would freak the fuck out. Because I hear, like, stories people get, like, graphite nails in them and they break off, and then the graphite goes into their bones
You have
and
a
stuff.
little
And
piece of
I
pencil
actually, yeah.
graphite in your
I
hand.
haven't.
It's really gross.
It's never
some
healed
graphite
over
in my hand,
properly.
too.
Just this little tiny. See that little
Gross.
thing? Feel it.
No, they can't see it.
That? Oh, is that?
We're
That's a
recording
piece of
audio.
pencil under my
Is
skin.
that 0.7?
Donald,
I think it actually was.
Donald, you're living my nightmare right now.
It's trapped into my skin.
Gross.
I have that too.
I've been trying for years to claw it out. It never works.
Gross.
Like, the
Yeah.
worst kind of thing for me, I have an iPad, and I shattered the screen so bad I was just, like, fucking around with it one day, and I got a large chunk of glass in my thumb, and I don't know where it went. So,
Oh, that's gnarly, bro.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
the only stepping and stuff story that I can think of is I was like 6 years old.
What a
I was like
shithead.
3 feet tall, give or take, and the snow was like 2'8". And I got stuck in the snow, and there was nobody around, and I cried and peed my pants.
Temporary warmth did nothing for you.
No. It was so bad.
So did you die? What happened?
Did you die?
Yeah, I'm a figment of your imagination right now. That's my fun fact.
We're currently in a ghost house right now.
Alright, so we all.
No, Tasha's never stepped in.
never stepped in
anything,
I've
or
never-
I've
no.
no stepping in anything.
I've stepped on Legos,
I've never even stepped in
but,
dog
like,
shit.
Who hasn't?
That's like, yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
Like,
that's
not
just
like a
Step on a
remarkable
person.
thing.
Nothing
Like, oh, look,
No.
person.
No.
Remember when somebody stepped on your phone at a party and it smashed?
You think it'd be it? You vicariously
It was-
steppon
it
someone.
was
something
in-
It was in this
someone
like
else.
life-proof
It was
case
in
because she
this
smashed it.
$80 case. $80, and it got smashed because someone knocked it off the table where it'd been charging. I stepped on it.
It's funny because like you smashed it the week before, so you
I
went
know.
out and got a new screen and an $80 phone
So-
case, and
Phone
somebody
was
stepped
already-
on
You
it
get
and
new
smashed
screens
it.
on
Right?
things?
Like, fuck.
I gotta get on that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's not that.
So that would be their story. I don't know who
Nick.
that is.
great.
Their story.
I was not involved in
Yeah, so you never
You
had
weren't
one.
there, I
you
didn't
never
know
really had
you.
one. Okay, well, your time is coming.
Great.
Thanks, Jared.
Just drop a whole bunch of shit on the floor.
Everybody
See
gets
what
one.
happens.
Alright, so next topic. Your worst first experience. So, like, something that you were trying for the first time. So,
Sorry. Okay.
and then it went, like,
horribly
bad.
awry.
Horribly awry.
Jesus. Okay.
Well.
I'm good at everything. Typically things work out for me, but
Yeah, so just think of all of your bad experiences you've ever had, and which one of those was a first time?
like
Every single
That's
one
really
of them.
hard to remember.
the first date I went on was really awkward, but that's because I was a shitty kid and I didn't know how to date people. Like we went out to Red Robin's, which is this burger shop. If you don't
That's
have Red
really
Robin's.
classy.
Yeah, I got a chili burger.
How old were you?
This is like my last year of high school. Yeah, I got a chili burger and I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking eat this chili burger
that's
right in
not
front of you
date
with
food.
this girl, and she mentioned she didn't like to be seen eating, like she was self-conscious about
Was
that.
she like eating like a bird? Like
That sort of thing, yeah. So I'm like, I'm just gonna get this fucking chili burger and eat it. So I'm like, I'm eating it, I'm chewing, I'm like, hey, how's your meal? How you doing? I got chili all over my face.
Oh no.
And like, I was having a good time, but
I'm
it was
doing
like I
something
could
you
tell
can't.
it was awkward. And I left a $30 tip afterwards. So I'm like, I had a good time. It was awkward, but I had a good time. We also went to the library and read children's books.
Aww.
But yeah, it was weird.
That's a great date. Why didn't you wife her?
That's actually a great question. Where is she now? If you're listening, I'm here.
Hey, did you smash?
What?
Fuck off. You've been
that mean what I
saying
think
that
it
word
means?
non-stop for like 3 days.
Settle it and smash me.
What did you smash?
Did you smash though?
Did you smash, bro?
I don't know how to answer this question.
No, don't.
Alright.
Anybody who's next?
I don't
I'm trying to decide.
try new things, so I don't. I don't have an example.
Why did you pick that
still,
topic, man?
wait. So you're just still like the same from infant.
Jared, your intrepid host wants to be better than everybody.
I'm still sucking my mother's teeth for nutrients.
The solid food is scary. I'm trying to decide.
Let's see.
So many good.
Really happy like
I'm starting to get buzzed again.
Talking amongst yourselves over there, can you share with the rest of the class? No, they're not even listening to
That's
me.
a good
Did you know that the microphone can hear everything?
What?
That's recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
We're
just
trying
having
to
a background
decide.
conversation.
Powwow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of okay.
Share with everybody, I mean,
Related?
talking.
Anyone
No.
else?
Okay, so
Okay, go. No, it's you.
Try something for the first time.
This is all
So
you.
the first time I ever had a New Year's Eve with somebody else and I got the New Year's Eve kiss.
Aww.
You wait. The
That's-
story is not
This is
over.
why we're here.
Just you wait. Oh man. So I've been drinking,
Surfboard.
Surfboard.
right? And I wasn't really that drunk, but you know when you're getting tipsy,
Yeah.
your coordination is gone.
Oh yes.
So we kiss. She doesn't really like to PDA, whatever. And everybody's still kissing and screaming and yelling. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lean in for one more kiss. And so I put my hand on the counter and go to lean in to kiss her, but my hand was actually not on the counter. It was in the middle of the air, and I ate shit. I was on the ground, and I was laughing and laughing. And it was the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm like, okay, I get my shit together. I get up. I'm like, okay, where did she go? You know, I
She
gotta.
just left you there.
Well, she bolted. Apparently, she went to the basement. I'm like, I gotta go apologize to her, and he's like, and the guy that I was with, he's like, yeah, you better apologize. So I go down to apologize, and she's just not having it. I'm like, do you just need some space? Like, do you need me to leave? And she's like, yeah. So I go and walk up the stairs, and like, I'm halfway up the stairs, and I remember how funny it was, and so I fell down the stairs. Just like trying to crawl up the stairs. Like, oh,
So you say this is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you. This is the first time I've heard this story.
Same.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
I figure I would have heard this before.
I have to keep some stories
Repressed.
in the. I gotta keep this.
You don't want to have everything out in the open, right?
Yeah, no,
They're in the
I'm
pocket.
still wearing pants right now.
Jesus.
Congratulations.
It's a new record. Everybody's wearing pants. Good job, guys.
Do you have a
We've
story,
made it
Kenneth?
this far.
It's only 3 o'clock.
Everything I do the first time is awful. So
Great, you have a wealth of things to talk about.
I love it.
Hey, Ken, talk about your first car crash.
oh,
Yeah,
that,
you nailed that one.
Whoa!
that was fun.
You nailed it.
So
Shit, literally.
I was like, my parents had gone to work, and I was home alone with the vehicle, and they were like, okay, drive to school. It's
Can
totally
we
fine.
also just like intercept and say that you're in Bumblefuck, Nova Scotia at
This
this
is-
Nova
point?
Scotia.
So,
Nobody
like-
knows.
Is it really called Bumblefuck?
I feel like
What kind of city planner is like bumblefuck?
This is perfect.
I just like
Remember
I
your
feel
bee
like you
thing?
need to set the scene.
Yes, I wanted to get Killer
scene-
Bee. They gave me Black
Wait.
Widow.
The scene is that there's a house every half kilometer.
Yeah.
500 meters.
And there's all kinds of really windy, twisty, turny roads because we were lazy and went around everything. Continue.
So I kind of put off going to school until about 5 minutes before it started. It takes like 15 minutes to get there, and I just thought, okay, I'll just
I
speed
can
there.
do
It's not
this.
a big deal if I'm late, but I'm gonna speed anyway because I always speed. And so I was just flying, like going probably 120 or so most of the way, and then I got to this straight stretch, which is just before a big turn, but I don't really think ahead, so I was just thinking of the straight stretch.
Hey,
so
I should speed up.
I sped up to like 140 going on this stretch, and then I went down this hill that goes around this big turn, and I started to slow down a little bit. I was like, I'm going a little bit fast, I should slow down a little bit. So I got down to maybe 120 or so.
Yeah, slow.
Back down.
That's
That's
slower.
slow.
Yeah.
And I would have been totally fine, but another car came right around the turn at the same time I was going. So it was like totally on its side of the road, and I was totally on my side of the road, but I thought I'd just adjust a little bit just to make sure I didn't like get too close. And I went way too far, hit the shoulder, spun around in circles, like skidding everywhere, and then at some point I hit the guardrail, like with the front corner of my car or something, and it spun me around in the air, and then I went down this giant bank, and the car was trapped against this like couple of trees, and like the bank, and
No way.
I like honestly like it happened in the span of like 2 seconds, so I had barely had time to process it, and all of a sudden I was just sitting there with a car that was just like fucking trapped there, demolished. And I
The
was like-
car was just fucked.
and I had like hit my head out the window, and that's it, and I was just totally fine, just like what the fuck just happened. And then I like crawled out, and
Crawl out.
well, I didn't crawl out, I actually got out totally fine, but out the passenger side, and just like walking up the hill, just like fuck, and then like a bunch of cars were coming because they were on their way to school and stuff too. So
Pantomiming a dinosaur. See, like,
It's my favorite.
was it like Final Destination after that, where you feel like death like missed you and it's gonna be coming for you after that?
no,
or-
it just didn't even occur to me that I could have just died. I was like, oh my god, I just fucked up that car so bad. My parents are gonna be pissed. And then
Not that like, oh my god, I shouldn't be alive
I
right
was just
now.
wondering how I could fix the problem so I didn't get in shit over it.
Yeah.
Seriously, like you
Not
develop a
gonna
Superman
happen.
complex where like I'm alive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm invincible. You go to rob a bank.
I've always thought I was invincible. It's pretty great. But,
Well, I mean, clearly it's paying off.
yeah. And
Still alive.
but I think I was in shock a little bit because I couldn't figure out how to turn off the car. Like I just was like turning the key trying to take it out, and I was like,
Was
I have
it
to
in
make sure that
park?
no one takes the car away.
Because
I'm gonna get-
somebody's waiting
Someone
behind
might
a tree
steal the
going to
car.
steal that car.
I'm gonna get ticketed in illegal parking.
In bumblefuck nowhere, Nova Scotia.
Yeah. And then my friend's like, did you put it in park? And I was like, of course I tried to put it in park. And then like 10 minutes later, when other guy's driving me home, and I was like, I didn't even fucking try to put it in park. And yeah, and then I told the police that I was going actually just 110 the whole way, and I slowed down less than that for the turn because I thought just like go for a healthy middle between the speed limit and what I was
What you're actually doing.
As if it mattered.
Everybody worked out fine. What? That doesn't make
Everything
sense.
is awesome.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that was my first.
Can anyone top
Only.
that? Can anyone top that story?
I don't think I can.
I can sort of like.
Oh yeah, you had
A little bit. Like, it's not really the story of my first like car crash itself, but like I got into this car crash. It was my fault.
What was the topic again?
Your
It's
worst
for
first
worst
experience.
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 But
So like this was
okay.
my first car crash. Like I'd never gotten in a car crash before.
There have been many
It was
since.
no, not actually. Well, this was like the first one and the worst like possible outcome for me. Yeah. So like I was turning left.
right now?
Yes.
Why is everyone ghosts?
We
Halloween,
just have
Halloween was like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Wheelchair?
Just saying.
Here's your fun fact. Okay, anyway, yeah, so like it was my fault. I was turning left and like the person like just like T-boned me. So like I was fine. No one was in the passenger seat, so everything was fine. My car was just totaled and that was that. The only shitty part of it was that like the people who like hit me, the people that like they were fine. Everyone was like able to like get out of the car and walk away. It was fine. But they for some reason saw fit to like sue me and my father, and so they came over. Well, not they, obviously, but the
lawyer.
lawyer person,
Attorney
whoever comes to your
Phoenix
door
Wright.
and like hands you the envelope.
Oh, the
like,
subpoena person.
Oh.
You've been served.
served. And they handed me 2 envelopes. So it was one for me and one for my dad, and they sued me for being like drunk, high, my brakes being out of order, among like a lot of other things that I very obviously wasn't. Like, I didn't even have to take like a breathalyzer test because I was so obviously sober. And so like, yeah, they sued me and they sued my father for like letting like an irresponsible child drive. which was like so incredibly stupid. And so we just like, I was fuming, but we handled it. We just gave it to the insurance company and it was fine. And about 6 months later, they came back and they did it again.
Yeah.
Snowboard's awesome.
Fortunate for them, just being
Yeah.
such like we
It
go
was
win
they
this.
wanted like ridiculous things. Like they wanted me to like pay money because their like quality of life had been like compromised, and they wanted like repairs for their yard and stuff. Like literally
up. So
on
were
this
they
thing.
Emotional damages.
No. I don't know. I don't remember what they like. They were from here.
Canadians wouldn't be that rude.
They were from here.
Tom, with that hat, you know what you remind me of? Like a white kid in the 90s rap video.
Or we could not be racist.
That's true.
I'm sorry.
Ice.
Yeah, okay.
Non sequitur.
Any other first stories that are really good?
Yeah, I think the real problem here is that I don't try a lot of new things,
Yeah.
especially lately,
I
the
haven't
past
tried
few
mine.
years.
You become
I
an old
know
guy.
that I've hated skiing every time I've went because I never got the chance to be really good at it. And I don't know if it was the first time or the second time I went, but like I didn't know that there's two lifts, right? Is this for like
Like the T-bar and the chairlift,
Oh,
or
no.
what are we talking about?
Because usually, like, I don't know what hill I was at, but there's the one lift that brings you up to the top.
Is
Is this in
Yeah.
Edmonton,
Yeah.
or?
But then, like, that's usually like the packed down snow, right? So that would be like the easier hills down there. But you go up one more, and that's where all the powder is. So the people that are really good at it, like the snowboarders and stuff, they prefer like the higher up. Because they like the powder is easier for them to actually have control or whatever. If you know what they're doing, they have control of the powder. I didn't know how hills work, so let's just go as high as we can.
Down.
Yeah, so I will go up there with my sister, and I nearly snap my shins in two.
Jesus. Well, when you put it that way.
I fall down every 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and I just became this like miserable person, like cussing out my sister because I'm unhappy and I'm not good at this,
How
and I keep
old were
falling.
you?
I was,
What grade?
I don't know, 16, 17, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I haven't been snowboarding or skiing since I was in grade school, elementary school, and I wasn't great. I had a good time. I just know that if I were to pick up a snowboard or skis right now, I would think that I was good, but I would not be able to measure up to what I think I could do, and I would probably die.
Good. I like skiing.
I like tobogganing because when you like fly off
Yeah.
a toboggan, you still kind of live. You just roll down and it's funny.
You kind of live.
Like
You
I like
take it
ragdolling
high,
off of
yeah.
a hill. I just like flitting down a hill at high speeds.
Yeah.
When I'm on skis, I feel like my legs are gonna snap
Wait,
off because I'm
Do
anchored
they
to
let
something.
you sled at Rabbit Hill?
Not during operational hours. You can just go and snowboard or like toboggan, and they're not gonna stop you.
Can you use a crazy carpet?
Yeah, you probably break your knees going if you're like on the knees going down.
Don't go on the knees, you go on your belly.
Well, I mean, if it's the packed snow,
Yeah,
it's
so
like
that when you
bah, bah.
like ruin your face.
I'm talking about
There's
faces,
the
Tom.
hill by the Royal Alexandria Museum.
I got in a fight with the floor. I didn't win.
I don't know the story about that. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Where are the holes you keep mentioning?
There's no holes.
That's the point. He
That's
didn't
the point.
win.
No, on Halloween I got blackout drunk. Well, that's another
Oh, boy.
first time story that went awful.
Really?
You've never
The
gotten.
first time I ever got blackout drunk.
Oh.
I got in a fight with the floor and lost.
Wait.
I
So
think-
this is the first time you've
think-
ever been blackout drunk?
Yeah.
Really?
I've never been blackout
Oh,
drunk.
I've been blackout drunk
usually
once.
get blackout.
Don't do it.
Yeah, that's also, I also have the same thing. So the first time and only time you get blackout drunk, it's always bad news.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I woke up in my bed and I wasn't wearing pants and I was like, there's no girls here.
The last time, last time and first time I was blackout drunk, I got kicked out of the Strat, which if you don't know, it's like, you have to really try to get kicked out of the Strat. And I woke up in my bathroom at 5 a.m., just like in total darkness. I didn't know where I was, and I'm like, I'm on the floor. I had Burger King apparently. It was just really weird.